Hello everyone, my name is Zoya.
And my name is Feroza. And we would like to welcome you to the 2022 UN Women India Women's Empowerment Principles, or the WEPs Awards. The WEPs Awards are the only regional initiative recognizing private sector action for gender equality aligned with the Women's Empowerment Principles, or the WEPs.
Women make important contributions to economies, whether as leaders, employees, as entrepreneurs or workers, and at home by doing unpaid household and care work. Businesses have a key role to play since their conduct has tremendous potential to spur decent jobs and leadership opportunities for women.
The Women's Empowerment Principles are a set of 7 principles to enable businesses to ensure that their policies and practices are gender responsive, whether it be at the workplace, marketplace, or the community. And the principles act as a valuable guide for businesses to take action towards a more equal, inclusive, and sustainable future.
Today, over 7,000 CEOs globally have made commitments to advance women's rights to equal economic opportunities and are taking actions to foster their leadership. In India, UN Women has mobilized over 300 CEOs to commit to the WEPs and take actions to address gender gaps in women's economic opportunities in businesses.
UN Women launched the first ever Asia Pacific WEPs Awards in 2020 under We Empower Asia to showcase the best practices of these companies and encourage more companies to take action. We Empower Asia was a UN Women program funded by the EU aiming to increase the number of women who participate and lead in businesses in the Asia Pacific. The 2022 awards has the support of the Australian government DFAT as part of UN Women and DFAT's broader strategic partnership in the Asia Pacific.
The 2022 India WEPs Awards recognize exemplary business practices in the categories of
leadership commitment,
youth leadership,
gender inclusive workplace,
gender responsive marketplace,
community engagement and partnerships,
transparency and reporting. In each of these categories, a winner, first runners-up and second runners-up will be awarded today. To recognize the valuable contributions of small and medium enterprises to the economy, 3 applicants from SMEs across the 6 categories are awarded as WEPs SME Champions.
To everyone in the audience today, when women are empowered, this benefits not only the economy, but also the community and society. Our awardees today have demonstrated their commitment to address a range of gender issues. And today's ceremony is indeed a moment of celebration as we hear from these businesses about their innovative ideas and solutions for achieving women's economic empowerment.
And now we would like to invite Susan Ferguson, Country Representative, UN Women India, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everybody. Namaskar to everyone. So Ambassador Ugo Astuto, delegation of the EU to India, our dear colleague Deepak Premnarayan, Chairperson, UN Women's Business Sector Advisory Council, my colleague Shombi Sharp, UN Resident Coordinator of India, our expert panel of jury members also, Anna Roy, Senior Advisor Niti Aayog, Government of India, Nandita Mishra, Economic Advisor, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, Atul Satya, Founder, the Nudge Institute, Seema Jayachandran, Professor of Economics and Public Affairs, Princeton University, Rana Barua, Group CEO, Havas Group India, Masoom Minawala, public figure, fashion creator, entrepreneur and investor, and of course our Women's Empowerment Principles signatories, and all those who have joined us virtually today. A very, very warm welcome to you all. I'm so pleased to welcome you to the UN Women's Empowerment Principles ceremony for 2022. The Women's Empowerment Principles Awards are now in their 3rd year. This is the only initiative in the Asia Pacific recognising companies who have demonstrated their commitment to gender equality in the workplace, marketplace and community. Today, I'm so proud to say that we have over 320 WEP signatories in India, and this is the highest number of signatories in the Asia Pacific region. So congratulations, India. Thanks to the We Empower Asia program, which we do in partnership with the EU, UN Women in India has supported the private sector for the last 3 years in their path to promote gender equality. We've observed that many companies started their WEPs journeys with diversity and inclusion and corporate social responsibility initiatives that benefit women. So basically, we can see a move from companies to really substantive engagement on gender equality. It demonstrates the commitment of corporate leaders, and for that we are extremely grateful. And at the same time, it gives an assurance that the efforts invested through the We Empower Asia program will go a long way in enabling women's leadership in the corporate sector. What we need now, of course, is to ensure that women are offered the same opportunities as men to grow and flourish at work. It's crucial that women have safe workplaces and transportation, that women are not discriminated against on the basis of their gender, and that men start to take on an equal share of care and household responsibilities, which are still overwhelmingly borne by women. We also need to support women to be financially independent, especially investing in women entrepreneurs. From micro entrepreneurs to small and medium enterprises, we need to provide equal opportunities to access markets and finances so that women can grow and scale their businesses. For all our awardees today, we hope that this recognition will inspire you to deepen your efforts and encourage others of your peers across your organisation and beyond to take similar action. I'd really like to congratulate all the companies who applied for the WEPs Awards. It's really inspiring to see you taking the lead in turning our shared vision of gender equality into action. Once again, thank you so much for being part of the discussion today and part of the awards ceremony. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Ferguson, for delivering the welcome address and setting the stage for the rest of the celebration today. Indian corporates are uniquely positioned to support women and are increasingly joining this movement. Congratulations to UN Women for driving this agenda forward with the private sector. We now invite Mr. Shombi Sharp, UN Resident Coordinator, UN India, to share the opening message. Over to you, Mr. Sharp.
Namaskar, dear colleagues, partners. I'm so honored to be joining the 2022 UN Women's Empowerment Principles Award. First, I wish to extend my sincere and warm congratulations and a big round of applause to all of today's awardees. Well done to all of you. You're all winners. Your commitment to advancing gender equality and women's empowerment in business is exactly the kind of change that we need to achieve the global SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. And it goes without saying that business in today's modern world is the engine for employment, for growth, for poverty reduction. The international community certainly, and not even governments, can compare in terms of the resources to bring to bear on these challenges. We must, of course, all work together, but ultimately the story is mostly about you. In India, what an exciting time to be working on gender equality in India, with 1/6 of humanity, the fastest growing large economy, dynamic private sector, the world's largest youth generation in history, and the promise of an incredible demographic dividend potential, where upwards of half, somewhere between 25 to 50% of some of the global SDG targets lie here in India. So I think we can safely say that India is the single most important country for the achievement of the 2030 agenda globally. Yet we do know, for example, according to Niti Aayog's SDG index, that SDG 5 gender equality is the area where India needs to improve performance the most, as in many countries. And we know that the promise of women's labor force participation is still also not realized. So, the UN Secretary General has been calling for a rescue plan in this kind of tumultuous world that we are now facing multiple overlapping crises, an SDG rescue plan and an SDG stimulus to save Agenda 2030. And scaling up and accelerating public and private finance is a big part of that. We also know that investing in SDG 5 is the single greatest multiplier across all of the other SDGs, across livelihoods, health, education, economic growth, you name it. For example, globally, if we can close the wage gap, this would create an economic value estimated at $17 billion. So, colleagues, gender equality is simply smart economics. It's good for business, good for all of society, for men and boys too. And this is not at all about privileges. This is about a fair environment that puts all of us on equal footing to use our full capabilities. That's it. And across my 20 years now with the UN, you can tell by the gray hair, I have quite a bit of experience. So many countries everywhere I've been, from the US, from Zimbabwe to Armenia, Georgia, Lebanon, Russia, you name it, and many other countries in between. I have seen firsthand where women lead equally, households, communities, nations prosper. And India is no exception. If there's any one group which can decisively accelerate achievement of the SDGs in India, it is India's incredible women, Nari Shakti. And I've seen this across villages, across the many states that I've had the pleasure and the honor to visit. And if India achieves the SDGs, as I've mentioned, the world will too. So the good news is that purpose-driven businesses are increasingly realizing the need to invest in women employees, entrepreneurs, and leaders. And the Prime Minister has prioritized women-led development, not just getting women into the picture more, but actually being led by women's capacities and skills and leadership insights. This is incredibly important, and the government has a number of different initiatives to help support that. But again, at the end of the day, it is about unlocking the potential of the private sector, of business, and women within that. And I'm so confident that you, today's nominees, are doing exactly what we need to empower a new generation of women in business. You are personally and collectively are creating the ecosystems for positive change that we need. Through your networks, through your influence, you are inspiring so many other women and girls. So let me conclude in thanking, of course, our dear partners, the EU and DFAT, for the generous support making this now annual WEP Awards a possibility. And of course, to my colleagues at Susan and others at UN Women for organizing such an important annual event to stimulate discussions and initiatives throughout the entire year. On behalf of the UN in India, I congratulate all of you, the nominees, once again, and I wish to reaffirm the commitment of all of our 26 entities here on the ground. It is a common collective commitment to work with you, to partner with you on gender equality and inclusive development for all, together, women and girls, men and boys, together stronger. Thank you so much. Bahat Dhanyavad.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shah. Investing in women is indeed good for business. Now I would like to invite Mr. Deepak Prem Narayan, Chairperson, Business Sector Advisory Council, UN Women India, to deliver the special message. Let us hear from Mr. Prem Narayan.
My heartiest congratulations to the UN Women for another very successful round of WEPs. Personally, I'm delighted to be here today on this very important occasion. The UN Women's Business Sector Advisory Council for India comprises of business leaders who are extremely passionate about creating an impact on gender equality and women economic empowerment. So these are our focus areas. So there are interventions at the workplace, marketplace, at the community, whereby we can lift lives of millions of women out of poverty by creating decent jobs for them and also protecting themselves against the adverse social behavior, to see that there is an equitable gender equality and it is sustainable in the world. Let me share a few potential areas that the Business Council is leveraging on and the UN Women is leveraging on. There is a partnership between UN Women and Trent, and Trent is looking at recruiting thousands of employees in the retail sector. almost 50% can be women. So the UN Women has started identifying these girls and women, getting them jointly skilled with trend, and then starting to place them. But at the same time, the advantage is that the recruitment process is creating women entrepreneurs who in future will become headhunters to place girls and women in the retail sector. Another instance that I'd like to share with you is with Eversource. And Eversource is into sustainability. And they are, let's say, looking at about 8,000 EV commercial vehicles. Why can't 4,000 be women? So they are providing simulators to train women to become drivers. But that's not what we want alone. We don't want the sector to be male dominated. So women can become, at the same time, AMC contractors, they can take care of the repairs, etc. There is a great opportunity with some of our partners, let's say like with JSW or with LODA, and this is an initiative under digital and skilling that Ganesh Natarajan is leading, is that to see that women are not just, let's say, at 10,000 being trained in the back office IT work, but in terms of more sophisticated applications. So that we are looking at setting up a center of excellence here, and there is a major initiative of this. I would also like to talk about that in this journey ahead, innovative finance and gender bonds is going to be a very important area, and fintech, because today these headings, these forays will make it possible with partners with State Bank, partnerships that we have with State Bank and MasterCard, to provide inexpensive working capital to women entrepreneurs who don't have access to capital. And because they can't provide a collateral. So this will enable that. Tools like WEPs extend much needed guidance to the private sector to reflect on business practices from a gender lens and make them responsive to the needs of women leaders, employers, and customers. Today, over 300 companies in India are a signatory to WEPs, and this number is growing rapidly. It shows that the interest and the priority of the corporate sector in India is in the right direction. But yet there are hurdles, but it's heartening to note the concerted efforts that is being made by the different stakeholders, government, private sector, and the civil society, recognizing these challenges. Importantly, the applicants and the winners today have shown how to translate WEPs into business actions, addressing gender gaps and transformational change. I'm incredibly honored to celebrate those who are here at the helm of these changes. My heartiest congratulations to all of them, and thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prem Narayan, for your insightful remarks. Companies indeed need to be bold because gender equality is not only the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do. May we now invite our special guest, Ms. Delphine Brissonneur, Gender Focal Point, Delegation of the European Union to India and Bhutan, to deliver the keynote address.
Dear honorable speakers and jury members, esteemed organizers, guests, and award nominees, it is an absolute pleasure to address you all today, albeit virtually. I'd like to thank the UN Women for the organization of this important event to honor commendable private sector action towards women empowerment and gender equality in India. And of course, let me congratulate the honorable jury members for their presence and invaluable contribution to the event. Women empowerment and gender equality are core European values and have been enshrined in EU laws and policies for over 60 years. The EU has worked tenuously over the years to ensure equal treatment of all gender concerning access to work, training, promotion, and working conditions, including equal pay and social security benefits. Within the EU, it is encouraging to see that the women's participation in the labour market is at an all-time high. However, we still need to do more to bridge the gender gap. India also has made significant gains with regulatory interventions, such as the 2013 Company Act, the 2013 POSH Act linked to addressing sexual harassment of women at workplace, and the Business Responsibility and Sustainability Reporting. These regulations reflect support for sustainable and inclusive growth. Women and girls represent more than half of the world population, and empowering women is the right thing to do. And I have no doubt that all of us here know that it is a fundamental human right and makes sense socially, but also economically. Today, I am particularly pleased to address you all in this annual event supported since 2019 by We Empower Asia, an EU-UN Women collaborative partnership in 7 countries across the region. We Empower Asia has reportedly reached over 2,000 micro, small and medium women entrepreneurs, or the missing middle, to help increase access to finance, markets and networks. And the program has shown that women entrepreneurs, when provided appropriate support, can flourish and grow. In India, We Empower Asia has collaborated with institutional partners such as Niti Aayog and the Ministry of Corporate Affairs present here today. We've been working on assessing legislation and fostering access to finance for women entrepreneurs. The program has also supported the drafting of the National Action Plan on Business and Human Rights, which is pending release by the Government of India. The 2010 Women Empowerment Principles, or WEPs as we call them, are an important tool. It offers concrete guidance to companies and businesses on how to promote gender equality and women empowerment in the workplace, the marketplace, and the community. The number of WEP signatories across the 7 targeted countries has increased from 156 in 2019 to 1,231 by June 2022, while interest has also been created beyond the 7 We Empower Asia countries. And in India alone, WEPs has increased from 54 to 327 by August 2022, which is quite remarkable. The WEP gap analysis tool has been taken by certain of them, and companies have then been provided with tailored support to address those gender gaps through one-on-one follow-up sessions. I have no doubt we will hear many other such inspiring examples today. The WEPs are not just symbolic acts. They must be commitment which translate into real action in the workplace, with a view to support shift in mindsets and society as a whole. A gender-smart private sector provides all genders with equal opportunities as entrepreneurs, employees, consumers, community stakeholders, and leaders to participate in and benefit from economic growth. The companies and businesses that sign the WEPs are leading the way. They show the community that supporting women in the workplace is important and also profitable. Their leadership is especially important in times like these, where we face global food insecurity, energy insecurity, climate change, and economic challenges that impact women most often and the hardest. I would like to warmly congratulate in advance the companies which will receive an award today. You are proving an inspiring example for other companies and Indian women in leadership, in business, and beyond. We encourage all present today to learn from you and also to do their part to ensure that we create an enabling environment to see more women accessing decent jobs or being in leadership positions, for example. While there is still a long way to go on advancing gender equality in all spheres, we at the European Union will continue our work to ensure that women are empowered, that women have equal access to training, financing, and jobs. We want to see a world with the equal participation of women and men in positions of leadership, decision-making, and power, also as drivers for a more resilient and better performing business sector. For this to happen, we must work together to raise awareness and jointly take concrete action to achieve true gender equality for our companies, communities, and countries. I wish you all a wonderful ceremony.
Thank you, Ms. Delphine. Promoting gender equality is a shared responsibility. We need to make women's empowerment our business as usual. The 2022 UN Women India WEPs Awards would not have been possible without the stellar role played by the jury in selecting the award winners. This year, we have an esteemed jury panel, including Anna Roy, Senior Advisor, Niti Aayog, Government of India;
Nandita Mishra, Economic Advisor to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India;
Atul Satija, Founder, the Nudge Institute;
Seema Jayachandran, Professor of Economics and Public Affairs, Princeton University,
Rana Barua, Vice President, The Advertising Club.
and Masoom Meenawala, public figure, fashion creator, entrepreneur, and investor.
Let's meet the jury and hear their insights on the awards process and applications.
I would like to invite jury member Miss Anna Roy to share her insights on this year's applications.
Namaskar. I would like to thank UN Women for inviting me as jury member and for organizing these important awards. The WEP Awards are an opportunity for companies to showcase their efforts for promoting gender equality and to make a real change in the lives of women and girls. I would like to congratulate all the awardees as well, who have shown that supporting women to be equal participants in the economy is a shared responsibility. While I would not like to call out any one particular applicant, it was really heartening to see that many companies are taking initiatives to promote women's economic empowerment, not just in their own organizations, but are also encouraging their suppliers and other related companies to be more gender responsive. Some of the awardees today are also taking active steps to track and report on their progress by collecting gender data to improve their performance. This indeed is a very welcome sign towards ensuring data-based analysis, transparency, and accountability. This event is a good time to laud the efforts of leaders and change makers who are charting the way forward. Congratulations again to all the awardees today. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Ms. Roy, for your remarks.
And now, let us move towards the 2022 UN Women India WEPs Awards announcements. For the 2022 WEPs Awards, we received over 78 applications from 50 companies in India this year. This overwhelming response shows that companies are willing to take decisive action for a better future.
Our first category for the awards is Leadership Commitment. This category recognizes leaders in corporations who have set strong corporate commitments inclusive of progressive policies, regulations, or practices that aim to promote gender equality in the workplace, marketplace, or community. The award recognizes an individual over 35 years of age who has demonstrated exceptional leadership acumen.
And now, second runners-up in this category is Neena Nair, Senior Vice President and Human Resource Development Head, India and Americas 24/7 AI. Ms. Nair has led several milestone initiatives within 24/7 AI, including the Shakti program and We Care programs, among many others which focused on the hiring, development, and retention of women, supporting women leaders to grow.
Hi, I'm Neena Nair, and I'm the head of HRD for 24/7.ai for India and the Americas. I'm extremely proud and humbled to accept the Award of Leadership Commitment for 24/7.ai. I think it's an absolutely fabulous achievement for the entire team. We have always believed that gender diversity is not just an initiative for us, but it is a journey. And we follow three critical principles for this. One is equality, that every woman is equal in the organization as her compatriots. Two, inclusion, that every woman is very much part of the growth, the success, and the journey of the organization. And three, that there are fair practices that make a woman employee feel safe, empowered, and give her the opportunity to be successful.
Thank you, Ms. Nair. The first runner-up in the Leadership Commitment category is Karen Sheva, Chief Impact Officer and MD, iDobro Impact Solutions. iDobro's ABCD Entrepreneurship Program provides an inclusive ecosystem for micro and home-based women, social and green entrepreneurs to help them build, scale, and sustain their businesses. Please join us in congratulating Karen, and let's hear from her.
I would like to thank the jury and UN Women for this recognition that validates our belief that no matter who you are, what you do, or how small you are, you can make a difference. It is with this belief that we encourage women to be a part of our organization in spite of their difficulties and restraints, be it disability or medical. And today, I would like to dedicate and thank all these amazing women, and not to forget wonderful men who have contributed to make iDogo what it is today. Thank you very much.
Thank you and congratulations. We can now move towards the winner. And the winner in Leadership Commitment category is Neeraj Parihar, Executive Vice President, Leader Insights and Data Global Business Line at Capgemini, India. Mr. Parihar actively took forward Capgemini's Winspire program, which creates a sustainable pipeline of the best talent and increasing women representation across levels.
Hello, I'm Neeraj Parihar, Executive Vice President and Leader for Insights and Data Business at Capgemini in India. I'm also the business sponsor and champion for diversity and inclusion at Capgemini India. I'm very pleased about winning the UN Women 2022 Women Empowerment Principles Award in the Leadership Commitment category. This award is particularly a proud moment for our organization as we built an entire ecosystem anchored around creating and nurturing a balanced workforce. We will continue to uphold our commitment towards creating equal opportunities and safe workspaces for all so that everyone at Capgemini can get the future they want. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parihar. Our second category for the awards is Youth Leadership. This category recognizes youth leaders, young entrepreneurs, leaders of startups, or young employees under the age of 35 years who actively initiate and promote gender equality and women's empowerment within their organizations, marketplace, and/or the community.
Our second runners-up in this category is Janice Pinto, Product Owner, Societe Generale, Global Solutions Center. Ms. Pinto led the initiative Pride in Allies, which mainly focuses on providing a safe space for women from the LGBTQIA+ community to be their authentic selves at work.
Thank you, UN Women, for this award. Societe Generale has always kept the need of the hour, that is gender equality, at the top of its agenda. The fact that the initiatives that we take are being recognized at a global forum only strengthens our resolve furthermore and helps us know that the strides that we take are in the right direction. The winning initiative primarily focused on the women in the LGBTQ+ community. Being a woman in the LGBTQ+ community has its unique challenges. All we wanted to do was to give a forum to all of these women to be themselves and to bring their whole authentic self to work. I really thank Societe Generale for always upholding principles of diversity and especially helping me to take this journey with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pinto. The first runner-up in this category is Asavari Khane, founding member, Pad Care Labs Private Limited. Ms. Khane's work has been key to developing a sanitary napkin disposal and recycling system, as well as sensitizing both men and women on menstruation and menstruation hygiene management.
Padcare is trying to solve a very niche problem, that is menstrual hygiene management, which has a lot of taboo around it. People don't really speak about it. Hence, we are happy that UN has recognized this initiative because it is really, really important for a woman. And what made me to start this initiative is basically me being a woman. I have faced this issue of having access to sanitary pads or disposal facilities at a public washroom. On the second hand, the waste pickers have to manually segregate this from using their bare hands from a big pile of waste, and that's something triggers me. And there has to be a sustainable solution because these products have a very, very hazardous impact on the environment, and hence that made us start this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations, Ms. Khane.
We now move towards the winner. And the winner in Youth Leadership category is Roshni Ravindranathan, HR Manager and Lead, Organizational Transformation, Biocon and Biocon Biologics. Ms. Ravindranathan conceived of the strategies, operations, and drove forward BioWin initiative for advancing job opportunities, workplace safety, work-life balance, and career development for women.
Hi, I'm extremely happy, proud, and honored to be recognized by UN Women with this Young Leaders Award. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are issues that I've always been passionate about throughout my career journey. As any right-thinking individual will agree, no country can grow and prosper by keeping 50% of its population backward. The same principle applies to companies as well. While I was involved in D&I programs in all my previous stints, it was at Biocon that I got the opportunity to lead and drive them. It has been an exciting 4 years of evangelizing, nurturing, and building a D&I ecosystem at Biocon. And I'm happy to say that our efforts are continuing success. We have conducted sensitizing workshops across the organizations at all levels to create deep acceptance of D&I as an intrinsic part of our culture. For women, we have strengthened policies and have several women-friendly benefits such as extended maternity leave programs focused on bringing women who have taken a career break, special measures to strengthen safety of women initiatives to get more women working on the shop floor, programs focusing on helping women achieve wellness and work-life balance, and many more. All this would not have been possible without the strong, unstinted support of my progressive leadership, who deeply believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and encouraged me to innovate and implement my ideas. I want to also acknowledge the support of all the D&I ambassadors at Biocon and Biocon Biologics who have facilitated the implementation of our D&I initiative and programs and made it a must-have initiative today. And of course, I mustn't forget my team who are always with me every step of the way. Once again, thank you very much, and it's a privilege and honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vindhanathan. And now I would like to invite our next jury member, Nandita Mishra, Economic Advisor, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, to share her impressions of you.
Very good morning to all present. I would like to start by complimenting and congratulating the UN Women for having organized today's event for the WEP Awards. It has been a great pleasure and honor for me to be part of the prestigious jury for the UN Women WEP Awards 2022. I must say that I was very, very impressed by the quality of some of the applications received this year. It's quite encouraging to read about companies and leaders across the country showcasing solutions and best practices to advance gender equality. I would like to highlight on one of the projects that I came across. The name was, I think, Silvery Nanos LLP from the youth leadership category. And they are working on innovative products concerning female hygiene. What more important, like the project I feel has a very, very bright future and such a thoughtful initiative, which could prove to be a game changer in the future. And I mean, almost all the initiatives by the various organizations working towards gender-centric issues, their belief in promoting gender equality was all very inspiring, not only because it is the right thing to do, but also the positive outcome that it will yield to the economy for global stability in the long run. I would sum up by saying that women who aspire to reach the top should keep on striving for that. Nonetheless, all the men also should be encouraged to support women in their aspirations. This notion of how women should step up the table clearly won't change overnight, but if more women are involved in the upper echelons, then that begins to signal a greater potential for change. Lastly, I would like to say, for it is when the women shine like the sun, their radiance will be forever undimmed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mishra, for your valuable insights. Our next category is Gender Inclusive Workplace. This category recognizes achievements that corporations have demonstrated in adopting relevant gender-inclusive measures in the workplace. And this award goes to a company, and our second runner-up for this category is iVillage India. iVillage is supporting almost 100 rural women to gain confidence and become entrepreneurs by training them in producing sustainable products, corporate gifting, and helping them to be financially independent. iVillage today is represented by Arya Vaibhav Mahajan, founder and CEO.
Being considered worthy of WEP Award is a proud moment for iVillage. It shows that we stand in solidarity with United Nations Sustainable Development Goals of 2030 to end gender inequality in workplace, marketplace, and community. Purpose of iVillage is generating employment for women in the villages of UP. Male member of the family moves to city for work and the women is left at home with limited means. So through iVillage, we want to provide them an opportunity to work and step up their economic as well as social standards. We make high quality hand-stitched products which are sold in corporates, retail stores, and provide economic empowerment to the women of iVillage.
Thank you, Ms. Mahajan. The first runner-up in this category is Capgemini Technology Services India Limited. Capgemini has, through its Witty and Biz initiatives, helped companies' mid-level women colleagues become more career intentional, as well as created a dedicated forum to support women sales leaders in the organization. Many congratulations, Capgemini Technology Services India Limited, and let's hear from them on this great achievement.
Hi, I'm Aarti Srivastava, Chief Human Resource Officer at Capgemini in India. On behalf of Capgemini in India, I'm proud and happy to have been declared the first runners-up at the UN Women 2022 India Women Empowerment Principal Awards in the Gender Inclusive Workplace category. Winning this award is a proud moment because it highlights how Capgemini Group is in line with the United Nations 2030 agenda in creating a gender diverse workplace that provides equal growth opportunities to all. By promoting gender diversity, we ensure level playing field for all our employees to achieve their career aspirations and get the future they want.
And now it's time to announce the winner. And the winner in the Gender Inclusive Workplace category is ThoughtWorks Technologies India Private Limited. ThoughtWorks has improved its representation of underrepresented gender minorities in tech roles, currently standing at an almost 40% of their company. ThoughtWorks is today represented by Gunjan Khandelwal, Head of Business Operations.
Hi everyone, I'm Gunjan Khandelwal, Head of Operations for ThoughtWorks India. We at ThoughtWorks are proud of the work we have done to promote gender diversity and champion equality for women in the tech industry. Today, we are truly humbled to win the India WEP Award in the Gender Inclusive Workplace category. Creating an extraordinary impact on the world through our culture and tech excellence is our purpose, and that has helped us build an organization we cherish. We have always prioritized women and underrepresented gender minority diversity as a global goal, and we truly believe that tech should be imagined and created by a diverse set of people. We'll continue on this mission of ours, and once again, I want to thank you for winning this award.
Thank you, Ms. Khandelwal. Ladies and gentlemen, our next category for the awards is Gender Responsive Marketplace. This category recognizes corporations for embracing a gender lens throughout their value chains from sourcing to disposal. This award goes to a company, and our second runner-up for this category is 197 Communications Limited. 197 has launched Paytm's campaign that centers around financial literacy and the need for more women to engage with these topics in India. Congratulations, 197 Communications Limited, for this achievement.
We are delighted to have won the WEP award. It tells us that we are on the right path towards making a difference in our country. Paytm is committed to holistic financial inclusion in India. However, during our work, we often come across gender divide in terms of taking of financial decisions. We realize that financial independence and literacy among women in India is a major step in propagating gender equality, and we wanted to trigger this change through our messaging. While doing so, we did not want to attribute any blame to anyone, but wanted to send a constructive yet powerful message. So we devised this campaign that questioned the country about the way genders look at finances, and we were delighted by the spirit in which it was received. Thank you.
Thank you. The first runner-up in this category is Aspire for Her Management and Consultancy Private Limited. Entrepreneury by Aspire for Her is a specialized network that offers free and easy access to resources, networking opportunities, mentorship, guidance, and community support to existing and aspiring women entrepreneurs. Congratulations! And today, Aspire for Her is represented by Madhura Dasgupta Sinha, founder and CEO.
Hello, I am Madhura Dasgupta Sinha, the founder and CEO of Aspire for Her. At Aspire for Her, we are adding 1 million women to the workforce by 2025 by using the power of communities and networks. We are delighted with this award from UN Women. It's a very important step for us. It fills us with optimism and joy and motivates us to motivate more women to enter and stay in the workforce and to unleash the $1 trillion opportunity that lies in front of India.
Thank you and congratulations. We now move towards the winner. And the winner in Gender Responsive Marketplace is Sony Pictures Networks India Private Limited. Sony collaborated with local NGOs to deliver a series of workshops with D&I experts and industry professionals to improve the capacities of their content teams to produce inclusive content. Congratulations.
Being recognized by UN WEPs is an incredibly proud moment for us at SPN because it reaffirms our standing as an employer of choice, showcasing our exceptional practices and initiatives on a national stage. Being industry trendsetters and cultural torchbearers, this recognition inspires us to keep striving towards diversity and inclusivity in our people practices, community initiatives, and of course in our content. Women's empowerment is a key theme for us at SPN, be it in our policies or our content. Being creators of content that influences billions, we were motivated to undertake the winning initiative with a hope to shape mindsets and build ecosystems for a better future. We are immensely grateful to UN WEPs for recognizing our efforts.
Thank you, Sony.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next category for the awards is Community Engagements and Partnerships. This category recognizes corporate champions that promote gender equality through community engagement and partnerships. And our second runners-up is Sterlite Technologies Limited. Sterlite Technologies Initiative for Rural Women's Economic Empowerment through vocational training, livelihood opportunities, and self-help groups has benefited more than 4,000 women and helped them to gain skills and create job opportunities. Congratulations, Sterlite Technologies Limited, for this achievement. Sterlite Technologies Limited today is represented by Madhura Chaudhary, Lead, Gender Equality Program.
First of all, thank you so much to UN Women for recognizing our work in women empowerment domain, which we are currently doing in Pune cluster. We are really proud of our interventions because through this we have been enabled to transform the lives of more than 20,000 people. This is at STL, our vision is to create a future where women and men will have equal opportunities, may it be in terms of education, in terms of employment, in terms of well-being, and even for the personal development. We strongly believe that especially for women under any societal strata should get an equal opportunity for their progress, and their progress should not be hindered by any traditional norms or biases. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Chaudhary. The first runner-up in this category is Sony Pictures Networks India Private Limited. Sony's initiative focuses on livelihood skilling for women in Maharashtra's Bid district for boosting jobs, uplifting their socio-economic conditions, and empowering them to start their own micro-enterprises. Congratulations! Sony is represented today for the community category by Mr. Ashok Nambisan, General Counsel and Director, Sony Pictures Networks.
This award by the United Nations Women's Empowerment Principles is a humbling moment for SPN. It is an immense achievement to be recognized for our community initiatives on a national stage. A gender-equal India is something we all aspire to. Through our community engagement initiatives, we hope to make this dream a reality, bringing to life an India where women and other marginalized genders have equal access to resources, opportunities, and decision-making. This initiative and partnership with READ is aimed towards equipping women and girls from underprivileged rural areas with livelihood skills to make their own living and empowering their future. We are humbled to receive this award and grateful to UN WEPs for the recognition of our efforts in this space. Thank you so much.
Thank you and congratulations.
We now move towards the winner. And the winner in community engagement and partnerships is Intel Technologies India. Intel India's Vidhi School upskills women in STEM and builds more women innovators of the future in partnership with leading companies in the tech industry. Intel is today represented by Anu Matthew, HR partner and D&I lead, Intel India. Congratulations, Ms. Matthew, and let's hear from you.
It is a proud moment for us, given the global focus and outlook that UN Women has, and also to have this great platform for us to showcase some of the work that we're doing internally as well as in the ecosystem. Women make up nearly 43% of STEM graduates in India, but just 14% of STEM jobs are occupied by women today. Through our STEM upskilling program, we're not only building the STEM pipeline for Intel, but also for the industry. Giving women equal opportunities to pursue and really thrive in STEM careers have far-reaching effects in narrowing the gender pay gap, enhancing their economic security, and ensuring a diverse STEM workforce. This was the motivator for us as an organization to be able to impact the larger community and society.
Our next category for the awards is Transparency and Reporting. This category recognizes private sector champions that promote gender equality through transparency and reporting initiatives. The second runner-up in this category is Datamatics Global Services Limited. Datamatics has consistently worked to implement the women's empowerment principles across their organization, having improved through holistic efforts and regularly undertaking web self-assessments to track their progress and report internally within their organization. Datamatics is today represented by Dr. Reema Ghosh Chaudhary, Executive Vice President, CHRO and CSR Leader, Datamatics.
Hello. This award is very important for us because it's a recognition of our endeavor to create a workplace which supports women professionally and psychologically. In our own small way, we strive to create an ecosystem where women can thrive and do not have to drop out of the workforce due to pressures within or outside. As a part of our Datamatics Diversity Charter, we have been driving multiple initiatives which help us to reach a scenario where we have a big chunk of workforce that comprises of women. Currently, we operate anywhere between 36 to 42% women population in the workforce in the company, and we are trying to improve the ratio further. What motivated us to go for the winning initiative? Well, HR COE and data analytics team collaborated on an original research paper which had 12 contributing factors for ascension of women leaders. Company practices was one of them. And we tried to have different initiatives and interventions as a part of the plan to strengthen the practices. Socially distanced yet mentally connected eConnect program, welcome back for the returning mothers, gap analysis tool to understand better where we are and how to improve. All of these were part of the plan.
Thank you, Dr. Chaudhary. The first runner-up in this category is Havas Group India. Congratulations. Havas has been tracking progress and impact of their initiatives in various areas on gender equality and women's empowerment using measurement tools such as the UN Women WEPs GAP tool to report their progress to stakeholders in a transparent manner. Havas Group India is today represented by Vandana Tilwani, Chief Human Resources Officer, Havas Group India.
Hello, I'm Vandana Tilwani, Head of HR, Havas Group India. I'm thrilled that our work in the area of transparency and reporting has been recognized by WEP. It is indeed an honor to receive this award. I believe that what you can't measure, you can't change. If we are serious about bringing any change in the status of the underprivileged and underrepresented population, it's imperative to know where we stand now in terms of pure metrics. It is my understanding that while gender ratios are improving, there is still a long way to go before gender equality can be fully achieved on a large scale. Women are disproportionately represented in the economy and the labor market. There's enough statistics to show that tools like the WEP Gender Gap Analysis tool or the Global Gender Gap Report, or even in-house reporting mechanisms are essential reference points that give you powerful perspectives. These insights can help us devise strategies and continuously review progress of all our efforts in that direction.
Thank you, Ms. Tilwani. We now move towards the winner. And the winner in transparency and reporting category is Biocon Limited and Biocon Biologics. Biocon has taken measures to track and monitor its progress through the BioWin initiative through a detailed dashboard as a systematic and organization-wide initiative for D&I. Biocon Limited is today represented by Amitava Saha, President and CHRO Biocon Group. Let's hear from him now.
I would first like to thank UN Women for awarding Biocon India's WEP winner in the transparency and reporting category. Such recognitions encourage us to raise the bar still higher and create new benchmarks in women empowerment. I am also especially proud of the fact that it's a recognition of how our initiatives, actions, and results are getting communicated to our employees in a very, very transparent manner. At Biocon, we firmly believe that the company can succeed only if it empowers its women employees to participate equally or more in all our key initiatives for driving the growth journey. We have set ourselves an ambitious target of being a gender-neutral company by the year 2030. And we have already started a lot of hiring initiatives which are focused on women employees. But hiring is not enough. We also have to create leaders, and hence we have curated programs with institutes like IIM Bangalore and Lead Women Program, to name a few, to create new programs and development pathways for our women employees to become effective leaders in the future. Our work goes beyond the company. At a society level, we are trying to address students in classes 8 and above in the area of science to make them understand what different career opportunities they can pursue and how they can become not just employees, but very effective leaders in the future. Last but not the least, I want to thank some very important people in the organization without whom we wouldn't have reached here. First and foremost, our chairperson, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, who's not just an inspiration, but she has actually driven this whole goal all through the years, and she enthuses the entire team to go even forward, even more, and raise the bar higher with every possible day. One cannot hope for a better sponsor than her in every possible way. Next, our key leaders who have been great sponsors as well and given us enough space, and they have also promoted various activities in the DEI space. Of course, my team has worked relentlessly, and the enthusiasm and zeal that they bring to each of the initiatives is responsible for where we are today. So congratulations, team. This goes for all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Saha. And now I would like to invite our next jury member, Mr. Rana Barua, Vice President, the Advertising Club, to speak about the WEPs Awards.
Hello, everyone. I would like to begin by saying that I'm extremely honored to be part of the jury of 2022 UN Women Asia Pacific WEPs Awards. Gender equality and women empowerment and equity at large is a topic that I'm extremely passionate about. Increasingly, there is a greater push to be more in tune and actively conscious of how individual experiences can differ, even under the same circumstances, based on media intersectionalities, holding up a mirror to do the things that we can all improve upon. The selection of entries that I had the pleasure of reviewing this year were indicative of the great strides we made towards collective betterment, in addition to being incredibly creative, and therefore effectively leverage the strengths of each entrant to be greater than the sum of its parts. At this moment, I will actually refrain from casting the spotlight on individual entries that left a lasting impression, definitely on me, not only because every single one of them contributed to the greater purpose, but also because they were extremely effective. I would, however, like to make a little note of the range that these entries have come from. They've come from smaller, many offbeat establishments to the relatively more mainstream sectors. I think what impressed me was the sheer diversity of the entries, because they effectively echoed the voices and also contextualized many approaches of the society. Overall, for me, it was deeply enriching. I'm also extremely enthused to see the fresh and bold ideas that these entries have brought out to all of us. Many of them have gone above and beyond what we personally perceive, or even sometimes in daily life don't see. What is brilliant is that many of them are innovative, some are transformative, and can actually make a difference in the society. So good luck to everyone and more power to all of you out there.
Our final category is SME Champions. Across all the categories today, we have also recognized 3 small, medium and micro enterprises as champions for their excellent work. And let me announce the SME Champions. Our first SME champion in the community category is KGS Advisors, represented by Tripti Shingal, CEO, KGS. KGS's Women-Ovator is a global incubator for women supporting women entrepreneurs in large as well as Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities.
Hi, we are super excited to receive the UN Women WEP Awards. Our initiative of Women-Ovator to support gender equality is hand in hand to support what UN Women is trying to achieve, and we feel proud through our initiative to convert better conversion rates in female participation into workforce to gender responsive procurement from women-owned businesses. It's just few steps towards women empowerment, and we are too proud and we are so excited that we are supporting the cause which we are working towards together. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shingal. Our second SME champion in the workplace in Capital League LLP, represented by Rajul Kothari, partner, Capital League. As an all-women boutique wealth management firm in Asia, Capital League is supporting more women to enter the field of financial services in India. Congratulations, and let's hear it from her.
Hello. Winning the United Nations WEP Award is not only a great honor, but also an acknowledgement of the conscious effort we have put in at Capital League in empowering women to fulfill their dreams and ambitions. And it will further encourage us and strengthen our resolve to provide a safe, supportive, and empowering environment for our women employees. And what motivated us to undertake this winning initiative was basically our own personal experience in the corporate world, where we realized that a successful woman professional requires an understanding, supportive, and encouraging ecosystem. And we at Capital League are passionate and absolutely committed to providing a platform for women that gives wings to both their professional and personal aspirations.
Thanks, Ms. Kothari. Our winning SME champion in the workplace category is GI Group Holding, represented by Upasana Raina, Director, Human Resources and Marketing at GI. GI Group has actively worked to bring more women's voices into the boardroom, working to create a gender balance at senior management level.
Winning WEPs award is a proud moment for us because at GI Group Holding India, we believe work has the power to generate priceless personal and social value. And as a part of our sustainable work framework, we are constantly working towards encouraging women to start and continue their professional journey and also empowering them to take up leadership roles within the organization. At GI Group Holding, we believe we are faced with an extraordinary opportunity and responsibility to contribute to the positive evolution of society through work and change people's life for better. At GI Group Holding India, diversity can be seen at all levels within the organization. 50% of our workforce is women and 75% of our leadership is women. We genuinely believe that empowered women leaders are catalysts for positive changes.
Thank you, Ms. Raina. A huge congratulations once again to all the winners of the WEPs Awards. And we hope your example will inspire others to push for a gender equal world.
And now, as we come to the closure of the event, I would like to invite Ms. Suhaila Khan, Country Program Manager at UN Women, for the vote of thanks and closing remarks.
Thank you, Firoza and Zoya. At the closing of the 2022 WEPs India Awards today, I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all the winners, runner-ups, and SME champions. You all are truly paving a way for more gender-equal business culture in India. I would also like to extend my sincerest gratitude to all the jury members who took out time to review the WEPs applications, as well as all the speakers for joining us today and provide their valuable insights. I would also like to thank all the companies that have applied for the WEPs Awards. Your efforts are sincerely contributing to the global WEPs movement. Today, we have over 7,000 CEOs that have committed to women's empowerment principles and are taking actions to empower women at the workplace, marketplace, and communities. At this point of time, I would also like to reflect on the fact that consumers are becoming increasingly conscious about the diversity, equity, and inclusion practices and policies of businesses. Whereas COVID has aggravated the double shift for women, responsibilities at work as well as care responsibilities at home. So I would really like to invite, encourage, and support the companies to design and implement family-friendly policies, create a friendly environment for women to return back to work, and also relook at the performance evaluation criteria. Similarly, companies can also use their supply chains and procurement practices to support women-owned businesses. All of us have a critical role to play to disrupt discriminatory norms, practices, and structures that constrain women's active participation in economic life. And with WEPs, we are truly taking steps in right directions. Thank you so much, and congratulations once again to all the winners today.